Hello everybody, I'm Dlvan Zirak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will talk about my paper babies, aka my books. I will also talk about my journey in writing and how my books came to be. I had been writing for almost 10 years before I decided to share my writings with the world. At the time, only some of my very close friends knew about it, and in March 2016, I decided to write a novel. Then a few months later, I told my mom about it, and her advice was that if you're going to do it, at least have some presence on social media, have a page or something. And this idea played in my head for some time. I was not quite ready to have my writings out there. So after some time in May 2017, I finally decided, and I created my first poetry page on Instagram. At first, my plan was to write a novel and to have it finished by my birthday in 2018, but when I knew I didn't have enough time for this, I decided to put this aside, and an idea for writing a poetry book was growing in my head, so that's what I worked on, and I had decided that once my poetry book was ready, I would go back to writing my novel, but unfortunately this never happened, and I only wrote 5 chapters of it. And that's how my first book, 5 a.m. Thoughts, came to be. It's a collection of poetry and quotes. I have never thought of writing a poetry book. A writer whom I was following back then on Instagram had published his poetry book, and this is what gave me the idea and encouraged me to go with it. The poems in this book talk about different topics from my point of view, and you'll also get to see a little bit of what's going on in my head and my thoughts when I was younger. The title of this book came from one of the poems, which is 5 a.m. Thoughts, and the idea of this poem came to me at around 5 a.m. That's why I named it, and eventually it became the title of my first book. A few months later, I started working on translating 5 a.m. Thoughts to Kurdish, my first language. Some family and friends suggested that I put both versions, Kurdish and English, in the same book, and that's what I did. So that is it. I have Kurdish on this side and English on the opposite side. So, yep, that's how the Kurdish version looks like. As for my second book, A Jar of Memories, it was not supposed to be out anytime soon. I had other plans. I wanted to do more things and to have more experience in life. And that was the main plan, and then to write all of these into another book, but life does not go as planned. So when my other plans did not work out and I realized that I had enough poems for another collection, I said, why not? And that's how A Jar of Memories came to life. A Jar of Memories is also a collection of poetry and quotes, but in this one I tried something else, which was adding some of my short stories. The short stories are at the end of the book, the last chapter. That's where I put them. I did this because I wanted A Jar of Memories to be different from 5 a.m. Thoughts. Another thing I tried for A Jar of Memories to be different was having its own bookmark. So this is the bookmark that comes with my second book. This side has the book title, and this side has one of my quotes. The title idea for my second book comes from my first poetry page, and that's when I published 5 a.m. Thoughts. A lot of people asked me, why didn't you name it A Jar of Memories, like the name for your page? And I told them, it's fine, I could name the second book A Jar of Memories, and that's what I did. And now I would like to read a poem of each book. So I will start with 5 a.m. Thoughts because it's my first book, and I will just open a page. Wow, it literally opened on 5 a.m. Thoughts poem. So it must be a sign. Okay, here we go. When the horizon is clear and the sky is half dark, half light, and you have insomnia because your past is running after you like a ghost, and you're worried about what the future holds for you, thinking about how you lost the love of your life, wondering if you could survive another day in this cruel world, and if life could go easy on you for once. Later, you end up falling asleep when you should be awake. 5 a.m. Thoughts. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one I'm going to read from the Kurdish version because it was out before a jar of memory, so randomly. Okay, so this one would be in Kurdish. ئێمە لە ناو هەستەکانمان گیرمان خواردووە بە ترس دەورە دراوین. زۆر دەترسین لە دەربڕینی ئەو شتانی کە هەستیان پێ دەکەین. بیر لەوە دەکەینەوە کە خەڵکانی دیکە چۆن بیرمان لێ دەکەنەوە. بیرمان دەچێت کە ژیان زۆر لەوە کورتترە کە بە ترس بەسەری ببین یان گرنگی بدەین بەوەی کەسانی دیکە چی دەڵێن. وەک تاک هەموو ئەوەی دەیکەین هەوڵدانە بۆ ڕازیکردنی دەوروبەرمان. بیرمان دەچێت کە خۆمان لە هەموو شت گرنگترین. بەستانی دەوروبەر. Okay, that was the second one. As for this one, let's see. So I will read this one. If I could choose one superpower, it would be the power to cure people's pain, especially the mental and emotional pain. Superpower. And that was the last one. If you want to know where my books are available, you can check my Instagram and my website out. And when you read my books and you want to say something about them, you can leave your thoughts on Goodreads or you can just rate them. The links and usernames for my social channels are available in the description box below. If you want to reach out and send pictures of either of the books, feel free to do so. I'm always happy to hear from my readers. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram. Goodbye and have a great time.